Hey, what's going on? Just sitting by the snapper pond today. What's up, Snickerman? What's up, Bob? Just doing a little YouTube live because I'm actually 5 subscribers away from 40,000 subscribers, which for me, that's a milestone. That's worth going live and talking about, I guess. And going over a few things that are going to be happening in the near future. It's my, this is a bald cypress I got from Subaru. They have a whole giveaway or plant a tree program. And so I got the kind of the skinniest, gangliest little bald cypress, and I'm starting it off in the pond so it can hopefully become like a big, beautiful tree. What else we got? We got some water hyacinth up there in the top of the biofalls. A yucca plant. This one is, what's that berry that's good for you? That's a mint julep. That one's actually a mosquito repellent. Some pickerel weed over there, more elephant ear. I got this right here is a hibiscus. So those are leaves that I feed to tortoises. They'll eat the flowers too. Obviously you can see there's some duckweed in here, some more water hyacinth. There's a elephant ear it looks like the snappers got a hold of. They do eat plants, so they do occasionally kind of go ham on my plants in here. No, the berry is, oh gosh, I forgot the name of that berry. They always tell you to take it to boost your immune system. I'm having like a brain dead moment remembering that one. But yeah, so I got one there, and then I've got some further in the back of the yard. I have like a few little plants like that where I'm growing kind of some edible stuff, things that I can kind of like benefit from. So, but yeah, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. It's actually pretty hot right now. It's the kind of the hottest part of the day. You can see way up there, that's a mulberry way out there. And so I'll take those leaves and feed those to cooters and tortoises and stuff. Obviously that one I'm not going to reach. That one's probably 25 feet off the ground, but the lower ones I will. Let's see, I have several kinds of amphibian larvae in here. You can see some water striders running around in there. There's some live bearing fish, crayfish. Let's see, you can kind of see, yeah, there's some clam shells. There are some living clams and mussels in here. Oh look, I see, let's see if we can see this guy. See him crawling on that rock? Center of the screen, crawling on that rock, is a good-sized dragonfly larva. So that's pretty cool to see him doing his thing right there in the sunshine. And so he's no doubt hunting down, you know, other little larvae of stuff and insects and maybe even, you know, some of those live bearing fish. But that's pretty cool to be able to see that dude. See if we can spot anything else. It's kind of a neat thing of like having these ponds is you can kind of sit still in one place for a while and little things will start kind of popping up. There's a ton of frogs in here, and if I sit still for a while, you'll kind of start to see it. Oh, there's one right in front of me. Right there, a little metamorph. That's probably a little green frog, but there's a lot of green frogs here. I don't know if you saw my latest little short, but I came out to do a video at night and everything you see is green frogs. But the green frogs, we do have leopards. When it rains more, there's a lot of tree frogs. So yeah, kind of a lot of cool stuff. Let's see if we can get a view of one of the snappers. You can see the female snapper is over here. You can see her head sticking out right there. That's Tina. She looks a lot like Tony, and I put her in with Tony, so I think Tony and Tina is a pretty good match. They seem to get along, so they're not like fighting and scratching or anything. Let's see if I can fix this plant they've knocked out of place right here. If it's even worth it, we can kind of shove this back in the corner. There we go, look at that. Sweet. See, Tony's probably around here somewhere. Might be able to see him, maybe not. He might be underneath her. We'll go around this side, see if we can get a good look at her. Yeah, trail cams would be cool. There's actually a company that messaged me seeing if I was interested in some of their security camera, trail camera type things. So I'm gonna respond to them, and possibly they'll send me a whole kit and we can do some observing. Yeah, here's a good look at Tina. She's a really old lower Flint River alligator snapper that originally was captured by Al Redmond, the turtle trapper who trapped them in Georgia for the Campbell Soup Company. And then the guy that had these before me got them from Al Redmond in 1978 and had them all the way up until this spring when they came to me. So you're looking at a very, very old turtle, and she was an adult when he got her. So, you know, go figure, it takes about 30 or 40 years to get to her size, and then add another 40 years onto that for, you know, when he got her. I mean, you're looking at like an 80 to 100-year-old turtle. Now, I'm almost blind because right in front of me, I look, and right here, there is the molt of a dragonfly larva, and here's the actual dragonfly itself right here, and waiting for its wings to be ready to fly off. So that's pretty cool. This is just right here in front of me. You can see on the left that's what the dragonfly came from, and this is the dragonfly now. So that's pretty cool. This is what I love about having ponds in your backyard. And I swear, just having a pond in your backyard just makes your life so much more fun and interesting, because you just have so many little things you can observe. So pretty cool. Let's a good look at her. I see part of Tony's tail down there. Let's see if I can come around this way. Woo! Almost slipping and falling. Might be able to see Mr. Tony down there. There he is. There's Tony. He's just barely visible under the back edge of her carapace. You can see his head right there. And they're funny, man. They just like to pile on top of each other. It does not bother them one bit. And so, yeah, so they're getting along. So one head there, one head there. Thank you, Bob. I really appreciate that. That money will actually probably go back into some setups and building some things here. I need to probably pay to fix the aquascape pond because it has a leak in it and I'm losing a lot of water day by day. And I'm gonna have to fix that. So I'm probably gonna have to get like a pond repair kit. And so that'll be, I'm not sure how much. Hopefully I can either get it through Aquascape or a local pond contract company will help, because, you know, I love that pond. So really appreciate that, Bob. Thank you. Always such a great supporter of what I do, man. It means a lot. Over here, good view of the Bio Falls. And we'll actually go over here and we'll take a look at the aquascape pond. Oh, there's a... All right, you don't have to jump. I'm just gonna go this way. So yeah, as you can see, the normal water level in here should be here, and it's way down here. You know, this rock should be underwater. So I have a feeling it may have something to do with when we built this. Aquascape had this log that they found when we went on a little log driftwood mission. And this log had this sapling, I think it's a river birch, growing out of it. And at the time it was, you know, maybe that big around, tiny. And just in the last year it's gotten huge. And I'm wondering if It's maybe best case scenario, it's pulled liner down. Hopefully it hasn't actually torn the liner. So the question is, what did he trap her for? So Al Redmond was trapping alligator snappers for Campbell's soup. And he was removing in the 70s and 80s literal tons. I mean, he would go out with teams on boats, and there was a refrigerated truck waiting back at the boat ramp. And so these guys were putting out as many traps as possible, catching as many turtles as possible, because they were making money. They were making money from the soup business. These turtles would then be caught and sent to Louisiana, where they were butchered, and then the meat was sent to Campbell's. At one point, Al Redmond was realizing that he had basically decimated and nearly eliminated the population in southern Georgia. And so he was wrought with guilt. And so he then became kind of conservation minded and decided that he wanted to instead breed them to replenish what he had done. And so then he was trapping alligator snappers to put in breeding ponds and creating breeding ponds and getting other alligator snappers from out of state to try and breed to reintroduce. Obviously at that time had no idea about there being different species from different areas. And and also he was still selling them, but not selling them for meat. He was then selling them to people that were wanting to keep them. And so to my understanding, that's how this guy that I got him from Al, is he met Al and wanted to keep some alligator snappers and breed them. And he actually bred the two females that I got from him. And he, over the years, had released over 350 hatchlings back into the Flint River. So kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's kind of an interesting history on those turtles. And, you know, it's kind of a lot to download, you know. Are gator snappers able to eat oysters? I know they naturally eat clams, but what? From some of the mussels I've seen that they can eat, like things like purple bank climbers, fat three ridge, washboards, I don't think oysters would be very difficult for them at all. I would imagine some of those coastal populations are probably eating some oysters. When I was a kid, I've seen sea turtles eating oysters, and they would just break them off of rocks or docks and stuff like that and just crunch them up. And I'm talking about loggerhead sea turtles. So I think that it's totally conceivable that they would eat some oysters. Another reason I haven't really had a chance to check on this liner for this pond is there's a very active yellow jacket nest over here, and I'm allergic to those, so I'm always kind of doing my best to avoid them. You know, by the time I noticed them, they were super active, and you'll see them kind of flying in and out of there. So I can't really do anything about it right now. So other than just be nice. Hi guys, have a good day. Don't sting me. We'll go over here. Let's see, the tortoises have done a good job clearing out vegetation over here, which is kind of neat. Speaking of tortoises, this guy's laying on my daughter's little water splash thing. That's what he does. He owns the place. He just lets us live here. We pay him rent in grass and veggies. Hey, it's another tortoise. This is my Herman's tortoise who decided she doesn't want to live in her pen anymore. And I need to rebuild it, but she stays kind of local to the yard, so it's all good right now. Let's see if we can find, oh, here we go. We've got a cooter over here. Somehow this pump is running, which I didn't turn on, so we'll have to go turn that off, but that's the secondary pump. And you can see it flows water out from underneath this log. Big old cooter basking over there. Yeah, wasps are terrifying, man. All those stinging, bees, wasps, hornets, all that stuff. I've been lit up by them enough times when I was a kid. They terrify me pretty much, so. All right, let's see if we can see how that pump came on. Now there's a cover for the controller, and I'm wondering if sometimes like snakes and stuff will get under that, and lizards. and all they have to do is touch it. That's usually enough to get that thing on. So, oh, it was a box turtle. I think a box turtle got under it and did it. Let's see. Is there anybody else under here? Nope. All right, let me see. I'm gonna turn this off. Boop. All right, buddy. Well, I know you like cover, so yeah, this is a box turtle that lives in my yard. Oh, let's say hi to him. Hey, buddy. How are you doing? It's a hot day. I know you're looking for shade, so I'm gonna put you back, all right? See ya. That was pretty cool. Speaking of box turtles, we'll go back here. It's really hot, so I don't know if I'm gonna see any of the gulfs. They're all kind of hiding right now. Let's see, is there any gulf under this? Oh, there's a green frog. Look, there goes a green frog. We have this little snapper stock tank back here. Let's see if we can find the snapper. He's really good at hiding out. Usually he's sitting vertical on something. Let's see if we can spot him. I don't see him yet. I don't see him, but I did find the box turtle. Here we go. Good size. Wink. Gulf Coast box turtle. Hello. This is a very large young male. I mean, just for size reference, that's my hand and that's the box turtle. Hey, don't bite my hand. I'm just trying to do a size reference. All right. So like I said, pretty hot day. Just wanted to jump on live, do a little Q&A, answer some questions. I need to cut my grass and my electric lawnmower is not gonna cut it. It's been kind of not the best lawnmower. I don't know if gas is the way to go or if I gotta get like a new battery or what. Let's see, we'll go this way. Whew. All right, let me answer some of these questions. A few years ago, a hornet attack. Dude, I got stung by one of those European hornets on the stomach one time, and I had it felt like a big growth on my stomach for like a month. It just turned into this like hard thing. When am I gonna go out herping again? I wanted to today, just didn't work out. And then all next week I'm in the field doing Suwannee alligator snapping, turtle trapping. So the herping will probably be Monday on my drive down. I've got a couple places I go herp when I go down there. Hey, Froggy. So yeah, when I get down there, I usually do a bit of herping, then it's straight into basically a work week of trapping. And then Friday when I drive back, I guess depending on what time, sometimes I'll herp after that. But so strictly herp mission will probably be in 2 weeks. I just did some herping the last few days, so hopefully I can put some of that together for a video and share that with you guys. And also I might even, maybe tonight or tomorrow night, might do some road cruising, but they've done so much developing around here. Like they've just clear cut so much stuff. The road cruising just keeps getting worse and worse because there's essentially just nothing left. So I have to drive really far to do road cruising, and I just have to decide, is it going to be worth it? The hotter and drier it gets, the less you end up finding. So that's like kind of a long answer, I know. Are the hybrid snappers viable for producing offspring? I'm not sure. I did see in a Facebook group somebody claimed, and you know, people can say a lot of things, but somebody claimed that they reproduced it back to a common snapper, but I don't think I saw any offspring. It was just literally somebody saying, so I'm not real sure about that. Yeah. That's what I need. It's the push mower with the blades. My yard's not that like on like a much of an incline, and so it's not steep, but I might be able to do that. Cause yeah, the Sulcata's a good lawnmower to a point, but he has like certain areas where he just decides like, no, I'm not eating grass there. And then certain areas he's like, I'm gonna eat only grass from here. It's kind of funny. So I have some places where the grass is like that short, and then some places where, you know, it's as long as my hair. So yeah, that's cool. I am gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go inside and start getting ready to hang out with my daughter. But yeah, so about to hit 40K. And another bit of information is I'm kind of talking to a few different companies about sponsoring different videos on the channel, doing some reviews of things. So these will all be things related back to what I do. You're not gonna have me, you know, covering products that are unrelated to herping or being in the field or stuff like that. So for example, I've got a company that's going to send me some knives, and knives are something that I use in the field, whether I'm, you know, cutting up bait or cutting zip ties or having to cut things involved with trapping. So relevant products and products that I believe in and that I can stand behind to promote to you guys. And then, you know, possibly some other ones. And I'll be doing a video where I'm going to show all of my gear. So all the gear that I use, whether it's for field herping, whether it's for photography or for trapping, all of that stuff. Nuts to bolts, I'm going to show you everything that I use and all the things that I recommend. So it'll be kind of a big video, but it'll be a complete video. So you'll get to see everything I use, from snake hooks to shoes to what kind of polarized glasses, what kind of photography equipment I use, anything that I use for phones or GoPros, accessories, all that stuff. So I'm going to try and cover everything, and you know, I may have some sponsors on the channel. So if you're watching future videos and you see me kind of do a commercial or this video is sponsored by, you know, blah, 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 that's what's going on. It's just things that kind of help me continue to make videos, and also things that I hope are able to help people in the audience that watch my videos. After talking with some viewers at some reptile shows and different events, it seemed relevant for me to kind of step into that space and start doing that and taking on some sponsors, because I would love to be able to try and give something back to each of you guys. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, that's what's going on. Probably gonna hit 40,000 subscribers by the end of today. Really stoked on that. And if anybody that follows me and sees this, if you want to share my videos and help keep the channel going, the more subscribers I get and the more views I get, the better the channel does, and the more I'm able to kind of fiscally keep doing this and keep traveling and making more. I want to travel more. I want to be able to show you guys a whole lot more. Sometimes I feel like I'm kind of limited, and I would like to be able to just have a bigger scope and be able to show you guys more as I see it as well. You know, especially things that are new to me. It'd be cool to share, you know, new to you as well. So I'm rambling. Thanks for checking this out. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace. Love y'all.